Lately my focus has been on footwork. Now the cornerstone of any sport, physical endeavour is always footwork. There's no use being the world's biggest puncher if you can't position yourself in a manner to be able to land it. So we've been focusing a lot on footwork, and as well as our general fighting footwork, which everyone works at and is really vital to get down pat, we've been extending that a little bit further. We've been making our team be able to hit whilst running. I think that's a really important skill. So by that I mean, you know, sprinting and in stride without breaking stride, throw that punch, and then possibly drop into your fighting, you know, footwork, and then, you know, back and forth between the two. Reason being is if you look at CCTV footage of violent attacks and assaults where there's A space and B in motion, you'll see people sprinting at people. You'll see people running away from people. And then, you know, they have to turn around, stop, engage, and all the rest of it. And it's a really vital skill, in my opinion, for self-defense. So the way we've been incorporating that into our training is particularly our sparring. Now our sparring, this is a really good drill that we've made in addition to what we do. We have two people that engage in regular sparring. It looks a little bit like kickboxing or whatever, but when there's a lull in play or a lull in action, when people stop throwing punches and they're posturing, dancing, or whatever you want to call it, one person is designated that they have to sprint, the other one has to run them down, catch them, and then engage with them. The beauty of this is, as a coach sitting there watching it, it looks so much like, you know, the fights and assaults I see on CCTV footage, which is what we're training for. So it's really good in that respect. The other one, it's encouraging people not to get into those lulls, but to have that constant pressure. It really encourages that, particularly because, you know, most people don't want to run, because leading me to the next one, it's really tough. Like, it's really, really tiring. You're throwing sprints in between your bouts of fighting. You know, normally when you're sparring and whatnot, and you have that time when you dance around and you catch your breath, in this, you're sprinting in those moments, so it just makes it that much tougher. As well as that, people are catching each other, so when you run them down and catch them, in a whole variety of different positions and angles and things like that, and it's teaching everyone to be able to recover, you know, get back in a good fighting structure, and then go from there. And it's really, really important. It's really, really good. I've found over the years the people that have an option from wherever they end up are more successful. So it's a really good drill. As well as that, we've been doing a number of drills that we do the same sort of thing on pads, very, very similar. So I think, you know, in self-defense, that this is a pretty important skill to have, and one that, you know, is probably missing in most people's training.